Jimmy Eats here. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to build us a sandwich. This is going to be a good one. Kind of throwing some things together. I'm inspired by one of my favorite YouTubers named Sam, the cooking guy. He makes a lot of sandwiches, and I kind of like some of his ideas. So I'm going to try to build something that I really think I'm going to enjoy. Hopefully you guys will as well. It's going to be a French onion top sirloin cheesy melt is kind of what I'm going to call this sandwich. It's got chopped white onion. I'm going to caramelize that. I'm going to use a little bit of beef broth, butter, some thyme, salt, pepper for my seasonings, a little bit of red wine vinegar just for a little bit of zest, a little bit of sweetness in there. We want that caramelized real well. That's going to take about 12-15 minutes or so. So that's what I'm going to put on first and get that process going, because after that's going, everything else will go fairly fast. It don't take long to cook these thinly sliced sirloin pieces that I bought from the local grocery store. See how thin they are? They're going to be easy. I actually pounded them out. I tenderized them at home, made them even thinner, a little bit softer. I'm going to season them up as well. I have some of this steak and chop from Weber. It's going to be a good seasoning for this sandwich. I also have a kind of a nice looking fancy bread. It's an Italian bread. It's kind of like a homemade deal. I bought this from Hy-Vee as well in their bakery department. I like the looks of it. What I did was I chopped off the top little slim layer off the top so I could toast that. I did the bottom as well. Then I'm going to slice it down the middle like this and open it up, build the sandwich that way, and then I'm going to cook both sides and make it into a melt. I have one already prepared here like that, but this is the bread that I'm using. And then here's another package of the thin cut sirloin steak strips that I'm going to put in the sandwich. It's just I bought these from the local Hy-Vee, had them there. So of course Swiss cheese, gotta have Swiss cheese on this sandwich. First of all, I'm going to get this onion going. That's going to be the longest process. I'm going to get some things prepped up, and I'll be back in just a minute. Stay with me. Started on this caramelized onion. What I did is I just put it in a pan. I need to have it in a pan. I need to have this liquid contained for the fact that if I put it on the flat stone, I'm going to lose my liquid. It's going to go everywhere. It's not going to caramelize correctly. So I put it in a pan. I got this side of the burner on very high heat. I need to get real hot fast because I need to cook this. This side over here is just on medium to low. I'm not going to put the steaks on there until this gets done. It's going to be about 10 minutes or maybe a little bit longer. So to get this started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of oil in there. Get it from burning, stop it from burning and sticking like that. Of course, you got to have some butter. Butter gives you good flavor for your onions, so I'm going to chop some butter off, put that in there. And the waiting process begins. It's going to take, like I said, 10, 12 minutes, maybe even 13, I don't know. I'm not going to time it, I'm just going to play it by eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this cook down a little bit. About 10 minutes or so after we've been cooking down, I'm going to add my beef broth, my red wine vinegar. I'll do the red wine vinegar first, let that cook a little bit, beef broth, and then I'm going to season it and keep it going, keep it caramelizing. Like I said, this is the longest process. After that's done, the rest will go quick and we'll build us a sandwich. Stay with us, folks. I'll be right back. Okay, so about 8 minutes have went by, and as you can see, these onions are cooked down pretty good. They're starting to get really good color. They're sizzling good. They're good and hot. This is just how I want it. So after this amount of time, I'm going to add that red wine vinegar, just a little bit, maybe a couple teaspoons or so, just to give it that zest, a little bit of bang. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of that. I'd say about like that. I don't have a measuring thing to do. I just do it by eye. And it's hot. You can see it sizzling. It's going very well to start off. And I'm going to go ahead and stir it up and give it a minute to cook a little bit. Cook out just a little, and then I'm going to add some beef broth to go with it to give it that French onion taste a little bit. It's going to be tasty. It's going to be amazing. So this right here is going to be the best part of the sandwich. This is what's going to give it most of its flavor. It's going to make it stand out. It's going to be really good. So I say a couple minutes here or so, and then I can add the beef broth, and then I can let it cook down. Of course, you want to let it cook down a ways because you don't want a big sloppy wet mess when you put it on your bread. So you got to have it going so it cooks down. Now, if you guys could smell the amazing aroma that this onion is throwing off, you'd love it. If you're not an onion person, I guess you might differ. But I am an onion person, and I'll tell you, this is perfectly good smell. So, and that's going. We got it good and hot. I'm going to add some of this beef broth that I got. About the same amount, not a lot, just enough to give it that flavor of French onion. About like that. Hopefully that's not too much. Now the next thing is to let it go, stir it up, let it cook down a little bit. I need it to boil out a little bit, finish this caramelization, and then when it gets boiled down a ways, I'm going to go ahead and add my thyme, my salt and pepper for the flavoring. Can't wait for this part. The rest of it will be quick. Be back with you in just about 2 or 3 minutes, and we'll do some more. Hold on right there. All right, here we are. As you can see, these have caramelized really well. There's not a lot of liquid there. They look absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and add my seasoning. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic sea salt. Not too much. Of course, some pepper. Plenty of pepper. I like the zest the pepper gives. So a good amount of pepper would be good. Actually cracks out real fast and good, so that's plenty of pepper. And then a little bit of dry thyme. I'm going to throw some of that on top. I like the smell of dry thyme. Throw some of that on there. Of course, I don't have measurements. I just do things by eye. I like it that way. And then continue to stir. Let that cook. Now, while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and butter one side of my bread, and I'm going to start toasting one side of the bread. That will take a little bit. So, get this leveled out. Okay, I'm going to cook the burner down to low on the onions because they are looking really good. So I want to butter the bottom part of my bread here, which is this size. I like that crispy bread on the top. Will be really good. Okay, of course, throw a little oil down. Don't want nothing to burn. Not too much. Got the butter. And down it goes. Just like that. Give her a little press. Try to get it to go evenly. Just like that. Okay, so I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to put it over to the side. I think these are done. Get that out of the way. It'll be to the warm side for a while. Now I'm going to throw my steaks on. Throw some oil down. Of course, I seasoned one side already with the steak and chop seasoning. Make sure I put that side down. I'm going to season the other side as well. These should not take long to cook. They are very thin, plus I tenderize them. Okay, there they are. Now, to throw some, add the seasoning, which is my steak and chops seasoning from Weber. Pretty good stuff. I'm not going to go crazy with it. It comes out fairly thin, so just want that steak flavor that it gives. about like so. Alright, now I'm going to continue to watch this, flip them as I go. Hopefully this browns up pretty quick. Oh, it's starting to. It'll be a little bit, but we're going. Okay, so as this going, I'm going to go ahead and keep an eye on that, and I'll be with you. Stay with me, folks. All right, here we go. I got the steak. It's pretty much cooked. I decided to slice them up like this. Make it a little bit easier to eat off the sandwich. So I'm going to go ahead and slice the rest of these as we're waiting.
This may be a little easier, so I like to experiment as I go, so we'll try this. I think it'll be fine. My daughter has just come home from school. She has judo class tonight, so as soon as we're done building the sandwich and having a bite, off we go. She'll probably kick my butt if I'm not off. Yeah, these steaks are ready to go, they're ready to be built, they're done. I knew it would take long.
Okay, so those are ready to go. Now, I want to take a look at this bread. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Maybe go a little longer. Kick the heat up just a little bit. Like that. I think I can go ahead and build my sandwich. As a matter of fact, I'm going to butter that one after I get done building this thing. And then let it cook. So that way I can push down on it a little bit and make sure that it gets all the ends evenly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break some of this Swiss cheese in half and get the length of the sandwich. Because it's long. Get it in there like that. Try to give it an even spread. I like a lot of cheese. Can't go wrong with a lot of cheese on a sandwich. Okay, one more. Now, time to put the steak inside. So, I'm just going to do it like this. I'm going to grab some, stick it in there. Yes, I still am cooking on my porch. It's about 30-mile-an-hour wind outside, freezing cold. Can't even stand to be out, especially cooking on the black stone griddle. Not the easiest thing to do. Try to fit all this in there. I think I can do it. Boy, this is going to be something, folks. Can't wait. Piled high. I like it that way. I'm Jimmy Eats, so I like to eat. Okay, I got the meat in there. Now for the onions. These babies are ready to go. Oh yeah, that smell is amazing. Oh, that looks good. It's a pretty good sized sandwich. I hope someone else in the family likes it and they help me eat it all. If not, I guess I'll have leftovers. for the top layer of cheese. Might be able to just put them in there whole. Let's try it. I don't mind if it slides over the side a little bit. Yeah, that will work. The Swiss cheese is going to be really good with that. I want more cheese. I got a couple more slices in here. Okay, and now I'm going to butter this side. Push it down first. Make it smash. Put it together. Okay, now butter this side, flip it. Oh, yeah, this is going to be worth every minute. Okay, so the flipping process, what I'm going to do is throw down a little bit of oil again, just so I don't burn nothing. I'm going to grab it from this side, just roll it over. Boom, look at that. Look at that crust is absolutely perfect. Alright, let's turn it around so we can see what it looks like. What do you think, people? Pretty awesome look right there. Look at that bad boy. Okay, so I'm going to give it a couple minutes to brown on the other side. I'm going to put it over to my cutting board over here. I got a little cutting thing on here. We're going to cut slice out of it, and we're going to give it a taste test. Stay with me. I'm going to let this brown up. Stay with me. I'll be right back. Here I am, back with it again. The bottom is plenty toasted. I'm going to take it off of here, and I'm going to put it on this cutting board, ready to come off. Hopefully I can pick this big heavy guy up. My lord, it's hot, boys. There it is. Set the burner off. I'm going to give it a second here to cool down. I don't know if you guys can see very well, but I'll turn this. It is amazing. I love how it turned out. I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half. I'll show you the inside just a little bit. Wow, look at that. Don't know if you can see that real good, but holy smokes. That looks great. I'll tell you what, I'll even grab the camera. Here she goes. Take a look at that. Hot, yummy, steaming, crispy, cheesy, French and onion tasting steak sandwich. How could you go wrong, for real? Well, give me a minute, folks. I'm going to let this cool down. I'll take a taste. We'll give you my critic and see whether I like it or not. I'll be back in just a second. Alright, here we are. I let it cool down a little bit so a guy could take a bite of it without burning his face off. I cut a little slice out of it. Look at the amazing sandwich that came out of this build. The construction site was in full effect. Looks good. It's crispy, cheesy, full of flavor. I can't wait to take a taste. So, with that being said, here we go. I'm going to give it a taste. Wow. Perfect. Onion's got a little bit of crunch to it. Tastes just like French onion. That beef broth, that red wine vinegar, the thyme really made that onion taste great. Of course, the steak seasoning, that Weber steak and chop seasoning is perfect perfect blend to this sandwich. Swiss cheese is always good. And last but not least, this amazing Italian bread that was hand baked at Hy-Vee is superb for a sandwich like this. Couldn't be happier. If you guys want to try this sandwich, by all means, give it a shot. It was not hard, little time consuming. The onions take a while. Once that's done, it goes really quick. Great sandwich. Hopefully the rest of the family likes it because there's a lot of sandwich there. If they don't, I'm going to have lunch for a couple of days, which is okay. I can hear my dog squeaking a little bit back there. I think she'll take a bite of it. Maybe she'll spit out the onion because she's kind of picky, but nonetheless, we'll see what happens. So by all means, subscribe, give me a comment, give me a thumbs up, hit the little bell. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you guys like it. If you got any other ideas, by all means, throw them out there. I'm up for a lot of things. Like to cook. I like to cook from the heart instead of just from a recipe book. I build things, out of my mind. If I don't remember it, I can't do it twice. So I try real hard to remember everything. But by all means, check it out. See what you think. Give me some feedback. This is another spot for Jimmy Eats.